One. Welcome to the Pioneer Agronomy Update. We are at Stenvold Ag Services. Mike Stenvold is with us. We're in that Thompson-Fisher area, and we also have Sarah Lovas with us, new field agronomist with us from Pioneer as well. But Mike, let's start things out. Give us an idea how we're shaping up with this crop.
Well, I think overall we're still sitting better than expected. Wheat harvest sounds like that, everybody again was better than expected, and we're still holding on pretty well in the corn and the soybeans as well.
Just looking at the pods here, we've got a lot of potential with this crop.
We sure do. We could definitely use some rains that sound like we might be coming here this end of this week, and that should help us finish off well.
Yeah, that would do us a whole lot of good. As far as is this the Enlist variety we're talking about here?
Yep, we are standing in a new Enlist variety with Pioneer. It's a P03T87. It's our newest 03 Enlist bean, and overall it's looking to be shaping up pretty well.
What do you like about the Enlist varieties?
Weed control with the Enlist technology is, I think, far superior, and we don't have all the issues that we've been seeing with dicamba. As we can move into our A-series exclusive genetics with Pioneer, we'll be seeing the yield and everything else catch up quickly.
Sarah, we'll bring you into the mix. What do you think of Enlist as you take a look at this technology?
I'm very excited about the Enlist technology. I've been actually giving recommendations with the Enlist system for a number of years now, and I believe that it's a superior weed control system. So I'm very excited to be working with that system now. So yes, very excited.
We're in a bean field, but corn, I'm curious as well. What's the corn crop looking like? It's been so dry. Is there some consideration we should have as we kind of get into the final stages of this corn crop?
Yeah, we're starting to see some nitrogen deficiency, some leaves firing. Overall, crop looks good. They're starting to see some tip back as well. But, it's going to be a concern to see what happens with moisture coming into the fall. We might be looking to harvest when we can versus when we want to due to some stock strength degradation.
Yeah, good reminder. What about insect pressure? Sarah, have you been continuing to see hoppers out here?
Well, with the drought that we are experiencing, insects are definitely one thing to kind of keep an eye out. After a small grain harvest, there were definitely some small grain fields where grasshoppers moved from the wheat and into some greener fields like soybeans. Definitely something worth keeping an eye on. I have been noticing that it seems like some of those grasshopper numbers have been starting to at least even out. But as the soybeans ripen up, it's worth it to kind of keep an eye on the pods and make sure that we don't have any grasshoppers doing a lot of damage to pods. Spider mites is something also farmers should be keeping an eye out. They're not consistent throughout the entire territory where I'm working, but definitely in some of the droughtier areas or places where there hasn't been a lot of rain, I've seen some places where they're pretty tough, and it's worth it to keep an eye on that. I'd scout for those all the way through the R6 stage.
Mike talked about wheat harvest. When we pull behind that combine, it wouldn't be bad to do some scouting there too for looking ahead to next year.
Absolutely. We've got an early wheat harvest, a small grain harvest that happened. And one of the things that we have seen in years past, especially with weeds like water hemp, for example, they like to germinate throughout the entire growing season in the absence of a crop canopy. And so now that those fields are open, it provides a great opportunity for those weeds to germinate and grow. So once we get a rain out there and those weeds start growing, it's worth it to go out and do a fall burn down and make sure we keep those weeds in check for the weed control systems for next year.
It's been our first update since you've been part of the Pioneer team. You've been, about 3 weeks on the job?
3 weeks on the job. I'm really excited to be here. The seed reps are amazing. The team that I'm working with is amazing. I'm very excited about the seed lineup that I have an opportunity to represent.
It's fantastic. And Mike, we've had a few drops on us as we've been doing this. We should just stay out here and see if we can get some more rain.
Absolutely. Let's stay out here as long as it takes.
Exactly right. Well, we'll be taking all we can. Again, we're with Mike Stenvold and Sarah Lovas here as we come to you from the Pioneer Agronomy Update. We're in that Thompson-Fisher area. I'm Don Wick on the Red River Farm Network.